You might think Sigma INFJs just see the world differently, but it goes far deeper. They act on what others barely notice. They can read minds, plan 10 steps, even diffuse conflicts before they spark. But one hidden instinct trips them up every time. What is it? Their quiet strength comes from a lifetime spent watching, listening, and adapting. It's not just about being observant, it's about building an emotional radar so tuned that it uncovers motives beneath the surface. These are rare minds shaped by silent battles and misunderstood intelligence. But for every rare gift, there's a price. Let's uncover the 9 traits that make Sigma INFJs both quietly powerful and dangerously misunderstood. The first one? It starts where most people never even look, beneath the surface of emotion. Before we start, please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe so you won't miss any of our weekly deep dives into the world of personality types. And if you are looking to achieve a deeper understanding of yourself and your personality type, click the link in the comments to take our favorite free personality test. Number 1. Deep emotional insight and empathic intelligence. Sigma INFJs possess a level of emotional insight that distinguishes them. They don't just sense your feelings, they instinctively pull at every hesitation or mismatched glance, piecing together the emotions beneath your words. What's remarkable is how quickly they move past surface reactions. While others might notice a mood, Sigma INFJs trace it to its source, uncovering the motives, fears, and hopes that shape every response. It's almost as if they see the architecture of your inner world, reading signals most people miss. This isn't just empathy, it's a form of intelligence that allows them to anticipate needs, offer support before it's asked for, and become the person friends turn to when no one else understands. But there's a cost to this constant emotional scanning. When you see more than others are ready to reveal, trust can feel fragile, and the effort leaves Sigma INFJs quietly exhausted. Their insight builds deep connections, but it can also set them apart, making them both trusted and vulnerable to isolation. Yet, emotional intelligence is only part of their story. Another ability lets Sigma INFJs find order where others see only chaos, and it's the reason they never miss what's hiding in plain sight. Number 2. Exceptional pattern recognition abilities. Pattern recognition isn't just a skill for Sigma INFJs, it's their silent superpower. While most people see a jumble of facts or emotions, Sigma INFJs instinctively notice the hidden threads tying everything together. They might spot a subtle shift in a friend's routine, catching a behavior loop that hints at deeper struggles, or sense a budding trend in their field long before it becomes evident to anyone else. To them, complexity becomes a map. Every detail is a clue, every anomaly a signpost. This isn't about collecting random data points. It's the way their mind weaves stray observations into a bigger picture, connecting what others miss and predicting what's coming next. Imagine assembling a puzzle with no reference image. Somehow, they just know where the pieces belong. The irony? Their insights often feel so natural and immediate that explaining them can seem impossible. Others might dismiss their conclusions as guesses or intuition, never seeing the quiet logic that underlies them. But can this same instinct illuminate their blind spots? Let's see where this pattern-seeking mind leads when it comes to mapping out the future, one step at a time. Number 3. Strategic long-term planning and foresight. For Sigma INFJs, strategic long-term planning is more than a skill. It's a way of life. You don't just set a goal and hope for the best. You picture each step of the staircase before it's built, mapping your path years ahead while others chase after what's right in front of them. This vision isn't about quick wins or shortcuts. It's about sacrificing the comfort of now for a future that matters. A future you're willing to wait for, even if it means feeling out of place in the present. You weigh every decision with both intuition and logic, seeing not just what could go wrong, but how to steer around it. While others rush to react, you're already thinking 3 moves ahead, quietly laying the groundwork for what comes next. That patience pays off in the long run, but it can leave you watching life from a distance, always planning, rarely pausing. Yet, this isn't the only way your mind works in silence. Next, discover how you solve problems by instinct. No formulas required. Number 4. Intuitive problem-solving skills. Intuitive problem-solving isn't a process you learn. It's a sense you live with. For Sigma INFJs, complex problems don't require step-by-step logic or a checklist of formulas. Instead, you find yourself absorbing the whole situation at once, pulling together logic, data, and gut feeling until the answer clicks into place. It's not about dissecting each piece. It's about seeing the root cause before anyone else realizes there's a deeper issue hiding beneath the surface. What sets you apart is the way you factor in the human side. Every challenge is more than a system to fix. It's a story with real people at its core. You ask, who needs what? As naturally as you breathe, blending emotional context with reasoning to craft solutions that others overlook. This holistic approach enables you to solve not just the technical puzzle, but also the emotional one. Yet your answers can seem to appear out of thin air, leaving others confused, or even skeptical, when you can't lay out every step. But when empathy meets group dynamics, you see entire story arcs in a glance. Coming up next. Number 5. Advanced social and behavioral analysis. You walk into a room and the atmosphere shifts. Instantly, you sense the unspoken rules, the silent alliances, the tension that hums beneath polite conversation. This is advanced social and behavioral analysis, where you don't just see faces, you read the entire script behind their actions. Every small gesture, every shift in tone or glance tells you who's anxious, who's hiding something, and who's quietly pulling the strings. You break down emotional data with a precision few can match. It's not about judging or labeling. It's about understanding what drives people, why they say one thing but mean another. In groups, you notice the undercurrents, the subtle power plays, the alliances that form without a word, the conflicts that are about to ignite. This allows you to diffuse tension before it ever erupts, steering conversations away from disaster and toward genuine connection. But this level of awareness comes at a price. You catch dishonesty and manipulation everywhere, and it's exhausting to see through so many masks. Sometimes you wish you could turn it off, just blend in and not notice every crack in the surface. Next, see why your silence is far from empty, and how it becomes your sharpest tool for gathering the truth others miss. Number 6. Silent observation and information gathering. You stand at the edge of every room, eyes open, voice quiet. Sigma INFJs master silent observation, gathering information from the most minor details. A pause, a flicker of doubt, the way someone's words drift away at the end of a sentence. You notice the patterns others miss, the quiet signals that reveal what's happening beneath the surface. It isn't detachment. It's a deliberate, patient way of listening to the world, letting every detail land before you decide what matters. Solitude sharpens this skill. While others fill silence with noise, you let the quiet speak, sorting through every nuance until the truth emerges. You spot warning signs and subtle shifts, piecing together meaning from fragments most people overlook. This meticulous awareness builds clarity and loneliness. Watching from the sidelines, you see what others can't, but it leaves you feeling like an outsider, always one step removed. But watching pieces isn't enough. They weave them into a bigger design. Stay tuned. Number 7. Complex systems, thinking, and integration. Complex systems thinking is where Sigma INFJs quietly excel. You don't just see isolated problems. You sense the entire structure, every force and consequence interlinked. While most rush to patch what's visible, you step back, scanning for the origins buried deep in the system. They know fixing symptoms only delays outcomes. A root cause approach is their hallmark. That's why your solutions last. You're not content with quick fixes. You want to understand how every action ripples out, changing everything it touches. Your mind weaves connections across disciplines almost without effort. A theory from psychology might solve a work-related issue. A lesson from history reframes a personal struggle. This instinct to blend ideas makes your perspective rare. You break down complexity and translate it, making even the most tangled problems understandable for others. It's not just intelligence, it's a kind of wisdom, born from seeing how the world's hidden machinery fits together. But what if seeing every thread becomes overwhelming? That's our next reveal. Number 8. Psychological profiling and human nature understanding. You don't just spot motives, you build a map of the human heart, tracing every strength and flaw with a kind of quiet precision that few ever notice. For Sigma INFJs, psychological profiling isn't a choice, it's a reflex. You see past the easy answers, reading the stories behind someone's words, the way their confidence flickers, or their resolve hardens in a single glance. This isn't about controlling anyone. It's about understanding, using insight as a shield and a bridge, guiding others while protecting your boundaries. People come to you when trust runs thin, or when conflict threatens to tear things apart. You step in, not to judge, but to help them see themselves more clearly. Sometimes that means inspiring growth. Other times, it means keeping your distance when someone's intentions turn dark. Yet the cost of this wisdom is real. You notice the masks, the games, and the shallow exchanges that leave you longing for something genuine. Finally, discover how their words shift lives. Number 1 is next. Number 9. Strategic communication and influence mastery. Strategic communication is your silent signature. You choose every word to land where it counts, reading the room before you ever speak. Instead of filling space, you create it, letting your message settle in the air, building trust with a careful blend of clarity and empathy. Complex ideas become simple in your hands, as if you're unlocking answers that have always been waiting just beneath the surface. But it's not just what you say, it's how you listen. You absorb every concern, every hesitation, often before the other person even names it. This ability to address unspoken fears first is what sets you apart. People walk away feeling understood, with their guard lowered and their perspective shifted. You don't persuade by force. You invite others to see themselves in your words, to find common ground where there was only distance. Yet all this mastery can't save you from one blind spot. The power of a Sigma INFJ isn't loud or showy. It's the steady force of someone who understands the world's complexity and still chooses to move through it with subtlety and depth. You now know the 9 hidden ways Sigma INFJs wield their quiet power, connecting, planning, and seeing through layers others ignore. These aren't just quirks. They're the foundation of a rare intelligence that shapes lives from the shadows. If you found these insights eye-opening, tap like and subscribe to join our INFJ community. Which trait surprised you the most or felt closest to your own experience? Share your thoughts below. Remember, your silence is your sword. Wield it wisely. If you want to continue the journey to understanding yourself or an INFJ in your life, click either of the following videos, where we continue to unlock the secrets of the INFJ personality type.